My favorite book? Thank you for asking. Though I misspoke, I meant to say the most important book in my life, because my favorite book is Moby Dick, to be sure. But the most important book in my life is absolutely the I Ching, or the Book of Changes, the ancient Chinese oracle, probably the world's first written oracular system. And it's, if you don't know it, it started off as something to help with crops and warfare and affairs of state, but as it grew with the commentaries, it turned into something with a spiritual focus and became a tool of the rulers and intellectuals of China to become always the leaders in world civilization in terms of technology and culture and governance. As Joseph Needham said, everything important was invented in China, including this oracle. The reason it's so important to me is because it was my first taste of the other world, that something more is going on here. Because I was in college, I was a rationalist materialist, just getting into mushrooms, and I started screwing around with the I Ching. I don't even know how I found it, but I started, what you do is you throw coins and you get one of 64 hexagrams and you get an answer. And each of those kind of various lines that are a further flavor of that answer. And it was phenomenal. It was also somewhat eerie. It felt like there's a little old man sitting over my shoulder who was a buddy poking at me with these answers, because sometimes they were tongue-in-cheek about where it was overextended or being silly. And for years, I asked it questions all of the time and I got a good sense of it. And after 10 or 15 years, it was great because I didn't need to be asking it all the time, because its lessons of change and balance started to be incorporated into my life, and now I can feel them more. I still ask the questions about anything important going on, but 20 years of study have helped it to just become a part of me, and it still continues to blow me away. And so there are different books I can talk about, or how the different trigrams relate to each other, but today I want to talk about the books I would get if you wanted to start looking into it, which I would recommend because for me, it has been a secret superpower that's helped me more than anything else in my life. And so the thing you can always start with is the Wilhelm version of the I Ching. It was a classic, and it's free online, but you can also get a book version of it. I also think that the Taoist I Ching would suit the people on this side of TikTok. And then this is a new one, which I've read through the entire book like a novel. This is John Minford's I Ching. He has both the ancient bone oracles as well as a very great interpretation of the new one and history. If you're already a fan of the I Ching, this Minford book was just incredibly phenomenal. So if you want to hear more about the I Ching, let me know. I'm also starting to do readings.